Hello guys, welcome to Jackpot O'Clock Story Time with IKA Nosa. This is a new channel. This is my newest channel, okay? I have a personal channel, YouTube channel, IKA Nosa, where I talk about digital marketing strategies, how to run Facebook ads and the rest of them. Alright, but on this channel, I'm going to be dedicating this channel to storytelling of how I relocated from Nigeria to Canada on study visa. Okay, and how you can do the same if your plan is to jackpot in 2024. All right, so stay back while I take you through just 3 simple steps of how you can go about this, leaving to jackpot from Nigeria to Canada in 3 simple steps. All right, so if your target is to jackpot, to travel, to relocate to Canada in 2024, I will be sharing with you 3 simple steps. Stay glued. All right, so I'm going to be doing stories, okay? I'm going to be telling you stories. I had always wanted a forum, an audience where I can be able to share my stories so that people will be able to learn, all right? So I started this on Facebook. I have a Facebook group known as Jackpot with Sense. All right, in that group I have over 441 members there currently, and I was sharing content there, making videos, posting articles, until Facebook decided to serve me breakfast on my profile. So since then, for over two months now, I've not really made any content on that in that group. All right, so apart from that, I also have a thread on Ireland, which is how to relocate legitimately to Canada, how to relocate to Canada legitimately in 2023. Okay, so that thread, I talked about different routes through which you can relocate to Canada. I talked briefly about express entry. I talked briefly about provincial nominee program. And then I talked more on study visa, okay, using study visa. So that particular thread has over 6,000 views as at the last time, and I've been getting a lot of calls, inquiries from people, the audience, people reading those articles. All right, so count yourself lucky to be here on this YouTube channel, because I'm going to be dishing out every information I know, every of my experiences. You're going to be learning from. You're going to be getting first-hand experience from me. What I'm going to be sharing with you is not them say, okay, because I have gone through all the steps and I made sure that I documented every of the steps. I experienced all the steps myself. I did not use an agent. Now, the first time I contacted an agent about this thing, I contacted an agent that I wanted him to assist me get a study visa to Canada. The agent charged me 500,000 naira. Okay, so I said, okay, no wahala, I've heard you, I'm coming back. I did not go back. So I went into research, learned from people, did a lot of research. Midnight candles, trying to gather the information together, And for somebody that has never left the shores of Nigeria, I've never traveled out of the country. In fact, I never had an international passport. The first time I had an international passport was when I was set to apply to schools. I already started contacting the schools, and then some of the schools told me that, no, you need to get your international passport before you'll be able to before they'll be able to give me some information. Then I have to go do my international passport. So I did my international passport. I think I started it ending of 2021, but I eventually got it in 2022. That's the very first international passport that I've ever had. I've never traveled to Niger Republic, to Cameroon, to any African country, let alone, all the way down to Canada. So I never had any travel history. These were the things that bothered me while I really wanted to use an agent, because I did not have any travel history. And then there were rumors about, if you have never traveled there, if you have never gone to Dubai, your passport is a virgin passport, they've not stamped it before, they will think you want to run away, they will think this one. See, all these things are theories, all right? Theories. People are just manipulating theories. I applied using a virgin passport. A passport has never been stamped. In fact, I collected it fresh and I used it to apply, and I got it once. I'm not bragging, but I'm just telling you so that I'm just trying to let you know that whatever you set your mind to do, and then you pursue it vigorously, and of course practically, it will come to pass. That is my belief. That has been my belief, and I believe it is working and it's going to work for you. All right. Now, along this same on this same journey, I've also seen people who paid over 500K to agents who helped them to submit an application, and then they rejected the application for not once, not twice. They submitted again and it was rejected. Now, this is not saying they did not do something right. Let me issue a disclaimer here. There is nobody that can guarantee you a visa, whether it's a study visa, whether it's a work visa, whether it's any kind of visa, whether it's a visit visa. Nobody can guarantee you any form of visa, okay, except the visa officers. All right. So the fact that you are using an agent does not mean that you are going to get it, and the fact that you are doing it alone does not mean you will not get it or you are going to get it. All right. So there's a bit of luck in it, but of course these people are humans. They have if you follow the articulated plans, what they have, the procedures and the guidelines they have given, do everything they have said, submit all the documentation, and make sure that every of the documents you are submitting and everything you are saying is not just say. You are not just saying it. Let me give an instance. Now, one of the reasons why most visas are denied is financial statements. Some people will go inflate their account statement, maybe put money in their account. When I'm not, so they take the package and one kind, so make our account down. And then maybe the package and one kind, and then just submit them. No, even if you package and one kind, by the time you write your SOP, make sure, see all these things you mentioned them, talk about them, make it legit. You get the point now. So that's the thing. If you are submitting any financial, if you are saying, okay, I received salary from 6 months, I received salary from January to December or January to June 2023, don't just make those statements. Of course, there might be, they can see that maybe the money is in the account, but you can back it up with maybe pay slip. All right. And if you are saying, somebody dashed me money, don't just say somebody gave you money, the person is just supporting your education. Show a relationship between you and the person. These are the small things they look out for. Show a relationship why the person is supporting you. All right. So once all these small things are in place, maybe in form of a gift deed, or maybe because the person is related to you, or maybe because the person is your husband's brother or your husband's sister, or the person is your brother, your biological parent or cousin, but let there be a relationship. If there's no relationship, but there are documentary, evidences showing that, okay, this person and this person, there is a kind of connection between them, those ones can be considered too. So I'm not going to be talking about, we're not getting there yet, okay? So don't let me get carried away. We're not going to be talking about visas and reasons why visas are denied. So I'm just doing a general overview of what you need to know, so that, make up your mind, so that by the time you are ready to submit it, you begin to put all this, cross your, what do they call it? Cross your I's and, dot your I's and cross your T's, okay? So that is about that. So the three steps, the three simple steps I said, very, 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 very simple steps. I mean, very simple. First, apply to a school, apply for an admission in Canada. Now, when you are applying for an admission, there are things you should put into consideration. I said number one is that you need to get an admission from a DLI institution, a DLI school. Now, what is a DLI school? A DLI school is a designated learning institution, that is DLI. Is a school that is authorized by the Canadian government to host international students, to welcome international students, to admit international students. All right. Now, what it means is that for a school to be able to give you an admission as an international student, anybody that is not a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident is an international student. You are applying from outside Canada, okay? So for that school to be able to give you an admission, and also for the admission to be valid, they need to be a designated learning institution. And there is a way you can check if the school you are applying to is a designated learning institution. Every school that is a DLI has a DLI number attached to them. All right. So, and that is one. And two, please write down these things that I'm saying. I don't know whether I'll talk about them again, but just try to write them down. So the school must be a DLI. And then secondly, the program, depending on what you want, if your plan is to just come to Canada, study and go back, then you may not need to bother about this. But if your plan is to study in Canada, probably after your studies, you work a bit, or maybe you apply to stay permanently in Canada, apply for permanent residence, then you need to pay attention to this one. The program you are applying to must be a PGWP-eligible program. A PGWP is Postgraduate Work Permit. Postgraduate Work Permit. Okay, so what it means is that the program you are applying to must be eligible for a work permit after graduation. All right, so when you graduate, you can now be able to apply to the government to give you a work permit that allows you to work. There's something about this country, Canada. Everything here is on permit. For you to sell food, you must have a license. For you to operate a shop or a small business, you must have a license. You must be authorized. Now, this is not like, of course, you know where we come from. So in Nigeria, you could easily just, start a business. Just carry your umbrella and maybe a phone booth, carry your phone. Those days, I used to do a phone booth business. So just carry your phone and this one, and then your business has started. Or you carry POS, put umbrella, you have started money POS business. Those things do not work here. So what does it mean is that, what I mean in essence is that everything you are doing here must be approved. You must be approved before you can do them. So for you to be able to apply for a job, to even apply for an employer to consider you after your school, for you to be able to apply, you must have a work permit, a postgraduate work permit. Okay, so that is why I said the program you're applying to must be a postgraduate work permit eligible program, PGWP. All right, if the program does not have a PGWP and your plan is to stay back a bit or permanently, please run away from that program. I will share my experience with you. I'm one person that I never had plans of traveling out. In fact, I was an advocate of staying in Nigeria, making your money in Nigeria. Of course, I said I was going to make a lot of money in Nigeria. When I want to go on vacation, I'll just go to the UK, go to Canada, go to the Caribbean, go to Barbados, go to anywhere I want to go to, go to Seychelles and enjoy myself and come back to Nigeria. Okay, so I never thought that I was going to, travel. But I will leave the details out, okay? I have had opportunities to travel before. Back in 2006, I had a man from my village who wanted to take me to the UK. They said, okay, the man has a business, big business there. They wanted me to operate it. I said I was not going. That was a time that we used to watch Nollywood well. I mean, people travel out and in 10 years, you don't hear from them. Okay, I've just been here less than how many months. And I'm using my phone to make a video. And then you can see me. I can talk to everybody. But those days, people go and in 10 years, nobody hears from them. They don't even call. They don't see them on video. They don't see them, nothing. I said I was not going. Make story no enter. That was it. So that was my first opportunity. Then in 2018, I started by myself. I wanted to travel again. I just, not like I wanted to travel, but I got interested. So I did my I started my West evaluation. COVID-19 came and everything, plus delay from school, ASU strike and everything, not ASU, strike, general, I think Polytechnic strike. So everything, and then in fact, I abandoned it. All right. Then on up until 2022, when I started this other application. My first admission was for winter, that's January 2023, but I deferred it, waiting for election after the general election, so that I'll be able to decide whether really I want to go or not. So somehow after the election, I just, made up my mind. There was no money, but somehow gather here, and then, I'm here. So why am I telling you these stories? I'm telling you so that you can learn and know that everything is possible if you make up your mind. Once you set your mind to something to do, you'll be able to do it. All right, so much about me. I have said that the first step is to apply for admission, which I said I've told you about the admission. Then the second one is to gather your documents and apply for visa. After your admission, I'm just giving you the 3 steps, the 3 stages of this study visa application. It's not hard, okay? Once you have gotten your admission, the second step is to gather your documents and apply for visa. In gathering your documents, you gather all the documents that are required. Your financial documents include your payslip, your bank statement, your proof of investment, maybe you have fixed deposit certificate, all those things. So you gather those ones, and then you have your letters. You have to write a letter of intent, LOI, stating why you are applying to the program, what you are coming to do, it's just a letter, but you need to go in details. Then you show evidence, economic ties to your country. Things like maybe you have a business or businesses back home, you have a house, you have things that can take you back home. One thing you should know is that the Canadian, the student visa, the study permit given to you is a temporary visa. Okay, it means that you are not a permanent resident of that country. Ideally, most countries expect you to study. After your studies, pack your load and go back to your country. All right. So in your letter that you are writing, you have to state it that you do not intend to stay permanently. All right, that you're coming to study, and after studying, you're going back. So that's why they want to see things that will show an evidence that yes, this guy really wants to go back after school. If you don't have, maybe you say, no, I don't have. Where's your father? I don't have a father. You don't have a mother. You don't have brothers and sisters. You say you don't have anything. You don't have anything to go back to. They will deny it because they know that they will think that you are running away. All right. So you should show evidence. Economic ties, home ties. Economic ties includes your biological parents, your sisters, your brothers. The things that you have at home that can take you back, that will push you back home, either in form of business, you have a job, and you have businesses, you have landed properties, you have a house, you have all those things. So these things show evidence of these things in your application. And again, you have to show, then submit every other information, every other document about you. You will submit your letter of acceptance from the school. The school will give you a letter of acceptance. Some schools give conditional offer. Conditional offer in the sense that you need to fulfill a condition to be able to get accepted into the program. It could be that they want you to make a deposit, part payment of your tuition for that program. They want you to make a payment. If that is the case, you need to make that payment for them to give you the letter of acceptance. It is that LOA, that's letter of acceptance, that you use to apply for your admission, your visa. All right. So gather all your documents from the school. Some schools will give you LOA, that's letter of acceptance, and then letter of introduction, and any document they give to you. And then if you pay any fees, make sure you attach the payment slip, evidence that you have paid so amount of money as part of your fees. Then when we talk about the proof of funds, this is one area that people get denied so much. A lot of people get denied because of proof of funds. Proof of funds is that shows that you can take care of yourself while you are here in Canada studying. Okay, as I told you, as a temporary resident, your primary purpose of coming here is to study. Yes, the visa authorizes you to work up to maybe part-time job, part-time ordinarily. Recently they increased it. They said, you know, students can now do more than 20 hours. Okay, but basically it's part-time, 20 hours. But you need to show evidence that you have money to take care of yourself, you have money to pay your tuition. So you need to show a proof of financial statement that you have up to 20,000. They recently increased it. It used to be 10,000, but the Canadian government has increased it to 20,673 thereabout now. And then the first year of your tuition, if your tuition is 14,000, for instance, or 15,000, and you are doing a 2 years program which is 30,000, you need to show that you can pay the first year 15,000 plus 20,000 if you are traveling alone. Then if you are traveling with a dependent, every of your dependents will have an additional amount that you need to pay to show that you can take care of yourself and also take care of them while they are with you. All right, so basically, once you have submitted and everything is okay, you have to do your medicals, go for medicals, go and submit your biometrics, thumbprint. The biometrics is valid for 10 years, while your medical is valid for 1 year. Then you submit all these things. Once you have gathered all these, these are all the things you submit. Once you have done your biometrics, they will update it. Once you have done your medicals, they will update it. Then submit every other documentation and apply. Once they have reviewed your application and they are satisfied that okay, this application will scale through, they give you admission, approval to travel to Canada. Congratulations. The next thing you need to do now is to buy your ticket, pack your bag and baggages, and move to Canada. Now, the letter once you have been approved, you will get a letter of introduction. This is the last stage, the third stage, which I said. The third stage is to pack your bag and baggages and move. We move, you know. So just pack your bag and baggages and then buy your ticket and move. When you get to Canada, they will issue you a study permit at the border. If your program, maybe your course of study has a co-op, like a internship, like what we call IT, if it has an IT co-op, you'll be issued a co-op permit also. Do you understand? That will allow you to be able to look for a place to do your co-op. And once they have given you your permit, welcome to Canada. Life in Canada has started. So those are the three basic steps. Now you understand that inside these 3 steps that I mentioned, there are other small critical steps that are there that you need to satisfy. But in totality, this is what it takes to apply for a study visa and travel to Canada. All right, so everybody you know, everyone that is in Canada on study permit did this and they went through these steps. So I think from this story, you have been able to learn 1 or 2 things. If you have any question you want to ask, if you have any challenge, in my next Jackpot O'Clock story time, I'm going to be telling you, or episode, I'm going to be telling you about how to check for how to confirm if your school is a good school. When I mean good, it is an authorized DLI college, polytechnic or university, that you can apply to, and then how to check for the number, and also how to confirm if your program is eligible for a PGWP. These things are critical. You will not understand if you don't understand it. If you don't get it, forget about it. But what I'm saying is that these things are critical, and the earlier you know about them, the better for you. So thank you so much once again for joining me, for listening, for watching my videos. If you found this interesting, please help me to share it. Share the video, share it so that your friends will see it. Then click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Not just subscribing, click the notification bell button so that whenever I drop any new content, any new video, you'll be one of the first persons to see them. And lastly, before I go, if there's anything you want me to talk about, ask your questions. Okay, that's why I'm here. Drop your questions in the comments. Use the comments box to drop your questions. Tell me what you want me to talk about. All right, just tell me anything you want me to talk about. Say it in the comment section, and trust me, I will make a video to answer your questions so that it will be clearer for you to understand. So once again, I say thank you so much. My name is IKA Nosa, and this is Jackpot O'Clock Story Time. So till I come your way next time, see you. Bye.